Good morning children. How are you? Welcome back to our EVS online class. Children, what we studied in the last class? Yes, we studied about natural calamities. Tsunami, the killer, sea waves and earthquake. What is the first one? Do you know what is the first one? Yes. How is the word tsunami coined? How is the word tsunami coined? Who knows this answer? Do you know answer? What is the answer? Yes. The term tsunami has been coined from the Japanese words su and nami. Su means harbor and nami means waves. Second one. What is earthquake? What is earthquake? Who knows this answer? Who knows this answer? Yes, say loudly. Yes, the sudden shaking of the ground is called earthquake. Once again, all students say loudly. The sudden shaking of the ground is called earthquake. Last one. Name the instrument used to measure earthquakes. Name the instrument used to measure earthquake. Yes, Richter scale. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. Children, today we are going to discuss about volcanoes. Volcanoes means Agniparvata. A volcano is a small opening in the earth crust through which molten rocks, gases and steam force their way out to the surface. What is volcanoes? Yes, a volcano is a small opening in the earth crust through which molten rocks, gases and steam force their way out to the surface. Means the volcano is an opening in the earth crust through which lava, volcanic ash and gases escape. Beneath a volcano, liquid magma containing dissolved gases rises through cracks in the earth crust. Children, do you know how a volcano is formed? Do you know how a volcano is formed? Yes, the hot matter in the interior of the earth is pressed down by the pressure of the crust. The hot matter in the interior of the earth is pressed down by the pressure of the crust. Means volcanoes are openings in earth crust that release ash, gases and steam and hot liquid rock called lava. Lava means hot liquid rock called lava. When the lava cools and hardens, it forms into the cone-shaped mountain we think of as a volcano. A majority of the volcanoes are located in the belt surrounding the Pacific Ocean. The more volcanoes are located in the belt surrounding the Pacific Ocean. How a volcano is formed? What students say loudly? Yes, the hot matter in the interior of the earth is pressed down by the pressure of the crust. What is volcanoes? A volcano is a small opening in the earth crust through which molten rocks, gases and steam force their way out to the surface. What students can understand about volcanoes? Yes. Children, observe this video.
Portals into the heart of the earth, they burn. Bottomless cauldrons fueled by an ancient wrath, bubbling and boiling thousands of miles beneath the surface and just waiting to burst through. Volcanoes are scattered across the planet. About 1,500 active volcanoes can be found across the world, though countless others are on the ocean floor. Most volcanoes, whether on land or underwater, are located where tectonic plates meet. In fact, the Ring of Fire, a path that traces the boundaries between several tectonic plates around the Pacific Ocean, contains about 75% of the planet's volcanoes. There are several types of volcanoes, primarily classified by shape and size. Major types include stratovolcanoes, which often appear as tall, steep mountains, shield volcanoes, which are flatter and dome-shaped, calderas, which are large depressions in the ground, and mid-ocean ridges, which are underwater chains of volcanic mountains. No matter their shape or size, all volcanoes emit gas and molten rock. The journey of these emissions begins deep underground in the Earth's core. The core, which can burn as hot as the surface of the sun, transfers its heat to the surrounding rocky mantle. In doing so, the heat melts some of the rock. This molten rock, or magma, is lighter than the surrounding solid rock layer, so it rises through the mantle. The magma then escapes through vents in the Earth's crust, causing volcanic eruptions. Now above ground, this magma is referred to as lava, and it can reach temperatures of over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. In addition to lava, volcanoes may erupt with searing hot gas formed in the mantle. In a phenomenon called pyroclastic flow, this gas, combined with hot ash, can race down the sides of a volcano as fast as 100 miles per hour, burning everything in its path. To measure and classify eruptions, scientists developed the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI. It considers various factors, such as the volume of lava, gas, and other emissions from the volcano, along with the height of the eruption cloud above the volcano's summit. The VEI scale begins at 0. Each successive measurement increases logarithmically, meaning that each magnitude is 10 times more powerful than the one before it. The VEI scale does not have an upper limit, but the most catastrophic eruptions measured thus far are categorized as VEI 8. These eruptions occurred thousands and millions of years ago. The most destructive volcanic eruption ever witnessed occurred in Indonesia in 1815. Mount Tambora, a large stratovolcano, erupted with a VEI measurement of 7. The blast caused earthquakes, tsunamis, and pyroclastic flows that decimated the land and took tens of thousands of Indonesian lives. The eruption even destroyed the top of Mount Tambora itself, turning the 13,000-foot tall mountain into a 3,640-foot deep caldera. While volcanoes are some of the most destructive forces of nature, they have also helped make life on Earth possible. Volcanic ash provides nutrients to nearby soil, making the land fertile. And lava, when it cools, hardens into rock and creates new landforms. With heat from the heart of the Earth, volcanoes have helped terraform the planet, making it the rich, dynamic landscape we see today.
Next, we discuss about cyclones. Cyclones means ചുഴലിക്കാറ്റുകൾ. Intense storms which develop over warm tropical oceans are called cyclones. Intense storms means തീവ്രമായ കൊടുങ്കാറ്റ്, which develop over warm tropical means ഉഷ്ണമേഖലകളിൽ. Tropical oceans are called cyclones. What are called cyclones? All students say loudly. What are called cyclones? Yes, intense storms which develop over warm tropical oceans are called cyclones. The center of the cyclones is a low pressure area. Low pressure area means ന്യൂനമർദ്ദം സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ, ന്യൂനമർദ്ദ ഏരിയയിൽ. Above the center of the cyclones, the center of the cyclones is a low pressure area. So wind with high pressure all around rushes towards the center. But because of the rotation of the earth, this wind assumes a circular form. The rotation of the earth, this wind assumes a circular form. The tropical cyclones blow with a great velocity, and so they produce serious harm. Then cyclones is a natural calamity which is caused when there is a difference in air pressure of the atmosphere. It is very dangerous. Many times cyclones occur as a result of thunderstorms. In India, the probability of cyclones is high in eastern coast than in western coast. Katrina, Rita, Felix, Sandy, Irene, Erika, Otto, Maria, Kaja, etc. are the names of some tropical cyclones. What are they? Katrina, Rita, Felix, Sandy, Irene, Erika, Otto, Maria, Kaja, etc. are the names of the some tropical cyclones. What are called cyclones? As intense storms which develop over warm tropical oceans are called cyclones. All students can understand about cyclones. Students, please observe this video.
Cyclone is a general term used by meteorologists to describe any rotating, organized cloud that originate over waters. Cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons, one event but different names depending on the location. In the Atlantic and the Northeast Pacific, it is called hurricane. And in the Northwest Pacific, it is termed as typhoon, and in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, it is called a cyclone. You can also classify them based on hemispheres, the northern ones as hurricanes and the southern ones as cyclones. There are also a few other differences in them apart from where they originate, like the cyclones are usually clockwise, but the hurricanes are usually counterclockwise. Where do these cyclones originate? When the atmospheric pressure is low over a large water body that is still and the temperature of the water is more than 26.5 degrees Celsius, then they form into a cyclone. Before getting into any deeper, let us understand what is atmospheric pressure in general terms. The density of air in our atmosphere differs from place to place. They are not the same everywhere. Atmospheric pressure is the weight of air acting against the surface of the earth along with gravity. Air in the atmosphere creates a pressure on Earth's surface called the atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is more on the Earth's surface, and as we move upwards, there is less amount of air and hence the atmospheric pressure decreases. When there is low atmospheric pressure on a large water body on Earth's surface, they turn into a cyclone. This process of thin air circulating, strengthening and developing into a cyclonic formation is called cyclogenesis. So how does it become a huge, stormy, cloudy cyclone? When the atmospheric pressure is low, the warm air rises to fill the gaps and the cold air goes down as they have moisture in it. The warm air, as it reaches the place, it becomes more warm and it rises rapidly, thus creating more gap. So the surrounding air rushes in to fill the place. These filling air travels at greater speed and from longer distances. When they reach the area, instead of filling the gaps, they start circulating and thus creating a spiral. After that, any air traveling to fill the gap has to join the spiral because the air cannot pass through the spiral directly. Usually, tropical cyclones range from 100 kilometers to 2000 kilometers in diameter. When a large amount of air is rushing in to fill the gap, they form huge cyclones and the spiral structure becomes larger and larger, penetrating the clouds and thus creating thunderstorms. Tropical cyclones can grow up to a height of 10 kilometers and they last from 3 to 7 days depending upon the speed of the storm, how far it is away from the land and how big it is. Cyclones usually fade away or die when they cross the land area. There is a misconception that the buildings and the other interruptions on the land surface act as a barrier stopping the cyclone. But that's not it. When the cyclonic storm crosses the land surface, the main source of the cyclone, that is the warm water, is taken away. Cyclones work with moist, warm air.
Children, now I give some homework for you. Write in your EVS notebook. First one, what is volcano? What is volcano? Second one, what are called cyclones? Second one, what are called cyclones? Now I wind up this class. I hope you can understand this class. If you have any doubt, you can ask through WhatsApp. Thank you.